Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Off Air Podcast. I'm Slater.
I'm Marjo.
And this is episode 8. We're going to be talking to our special guest, Katie Smeagol.
Woo!
We've worked together for some time now. We're going to go through, she's in the middle of a divorce. We're going to be talking about mental health. We're going to be talking about her trip to a 3-week retreat. We're going to be talking about medicine. We're going to be talking about having kids.
Yeah. But a lighthearted, it's a fun conversation about tough topics, I think.
Exactly, yeah. So a lot to get over in stigma land. So here we go. So subscribe. We're trying to help grow the channel.
That's what subscribe means.
Yes, subscribe. And
it's like clicking the mouse.
Like this, yes. If you're listening on YouTube.
Mouse.
Today's episode of Off Air with Slater and Marjo is brought to you by Berkshire Adventures. Berkshire Adventure Tours, e-bike tours, picturesque picnics, private e-bike rides, Cloud9 seats, hidden gems, and scenic picnics. I did one of these the other day. Can't recommend it enough. Great local guide here in the Berkshires. So BerkshireAdventureTours.com. You can find them on social media.
That's got to be entertaining as shit.
It is really fun.
Katie Smeagol, what's up?
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah. So we've been friends for a while. We're co-workers for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I always considered you my age. And I'll be 45 this summer. And
It's just because you're young at heart.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. And Marjo over there is 40. And they say, like, you know, because Marjo has like long hair. Somebody bumped into Marjo at the grocery store recently, and they were like, "That's Marjo! Oh my God, she's 40."
Like it was a compliment.
Yeah.
Like she was like, "Wow." She's like, "I did,
You don't look like a 40-year-old.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the way I took it, so I'm gonna run with it.
You also don't have kids. That helps.
That does help.
Sure. Yeah, I have free time and money.
Yeah.
So it's a good time.
So you had kids right around the time I had kids.
Yes.
Yeah, but you were younger. So you're 38, and so that's like midlife, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm halfway to 90.
You are halfway to 90.
I'm halfway
Slater
to
has
90, dude.
Slater has a tough time with the concept of aging and time. Like, he just can never believe that he's this age and other people are younger.
I guess it's surreal.
It's true. I can't get past it. Like, I look at like 90s rock stars that I listen to and stuff, and even like my favorite band Oasis. Like, I see them now, and one of the guys is 58, and I'm like, wow, you're 58, dude. Like, I was 16 when I bought your CD. You're 58.
But I also think society, like, age is only a number, right? And people are doing more later in life. So, I know it's like a cliche, but 40 is the new 30. That's true.
Totally.
You see 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds out, living their best life.
Okay, so take like Nas and Sugar Ray and those people, for example. Like, I just saw them recently, and it is like, it's hard to fathom, like, wow, like, I listened to them 30 years ago. Like, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it was 5 years ago sometimes. Although sometimes I also feel like it feels like it was 30 years ago. I go back and forth,
And no music has replaced that.
No,
like,
not,
so the 3 big decades, like 70s, 80s, 90s, the amount of music that came out in those 3 decades, and that hasn't been replaced in the 2000s, 2010s, and 2020 so far is staggering. There's no bands. It's just,
It's all entertainment. Like, then it was artists. Yeah. Now it's
right.
Soundboards. And
Chris Rock has this like joke where whatever music you started getting laid to is the music that stays with you for the rest of your life. That era of music, what you were listening to at that point in your life, is like what you're going to hold on to like the longest.
Okay.
I didn't lose
Slater was a late bloomer.
Yeah. I was almost 19.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You say
that that's like a bad thing.
That's sweet.
Yeah. How old are you? 14?
So you were out. So you were out of high school?
Yeah. I was out of high school. Yeah. And I'm trying to forget. It was the summer of '99. I'll never forget that. And
Clearly.
I forget. Yeah. And of course, I remember where it was and stuff. It was a girl I went to.
Was it in the Baba Louie's parking
junior
lot?
high school.
It was not in the parking lot of a restaurant.
No. I had to apologize for that back in the day. But
I thought you had to apologize after the first time.
No.
Like, sorry.
I mean, yes, probably.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that was
He
tough.
probably texted her for weeks afterwards. Like, was everything okay? Was that okay? Did I do okay?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to do it again?
Thanks.
Just asking.
Yeah. So this episode's about you. So you are, so you're going through a divorce,
I am.
which is tough. So you and I got married the same, not together obviously, but the same year. So we both got married in 2014.
Correct.
And so did you ever think that day would come? I mean, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody goes into marriage thinking
Yeah.
you're going to get divorced, because then why would you? Although I do have some friends that say they knew it was the wrong thing to do when they were walking down the aisle.
My girlfriend Jackie.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
her first marriage.
I think people just get so wrapped up in it. There's so much money and time and effort, and it's, it takes balls to be, to call that off or whatever. And I think a lot of people don't do it. But anyway.
You're like, oh, it'll get better. We'll just have a kid. And then,
He'll change or she'll change.
Yeah.
They don't change.
Or sometimes they do. Right? What's the saying? You don't marry the person you divorce, or something like that.
I don't know that saying.
Did you marry your father? My mother married my father. Like the character. You see that type, and then
Like, yes and no. There were a lot of qualities that were different, which is obviously what drew me to him.
yeah.
But then there were a lot of similarities too. So it's yes and no.
Have you been on a date since?
I have.
Yeah. How is that?
Yeah. How's that going?
So, well, I'm not dating at the moment, but it's really awkward. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never
Well, when did you start dating your ex? Like, how long were you guys together?
15 years.
Right. So for 15 years, you never had to go on a date.
And
like,
before him, I was with somebody for like 4 years. So like I literally haven't dated in 20 years.
Yeah.
And
You're a lifer.
Yeah.
You're
I'm not a dater. I'm a serial monogamist, okay?
You are. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, you and I have known each other for a long time. That's always the vibe I got from you. And I remember when my wife died 4.5 years ago now, I remember going on that first date. Yeah. George.
I helped him pick out an outfit.
Yeah.
Did you? I
We
believe
went
that.
shopping. It was fun.
It wasn't those
You did?
pink shorts he used to wear that he's wearing today.
That's why we went and picked out clothes. I believe that was for a date. Maybe it wasn't your first
Oh
date.
no. That was for a. No, that was for a funeral.
No, I swear you
Potato.
took a selfie on the way to your date, and I was like,
no. So Marjo and I are on the radio where we do this podcast from, and we know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like small town, America kind of, It's not like Buckland, Mass, where like there's, 200 people living there.
Right.
But the city we live in called Pittsfield is got 42,000 people.
yeah.
So in being on the radio, we know everybody. And so like I remember when I asked her out, I was like, I can't take you anywhere around here.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you ran into anything like that.
Once like words started to get around that like we weren't together anymore, like it became very like Katie was off limits. Like nobody that had a relationship with both of us really wanted to muddy those waters, which was fine. I mean,
You mean like on a friendship? Like, what do you mean? Like nobody wanted, you were off limits for dating to people?
or just hanging out with in general.
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah, I mean, that's tough.
That's tough, especially in
a
small town.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that everyone knows everyone. I mean, I'm sure that's super relatable regardless of where you live. Like sometimes even big cities can feel like a small town. You run into people. Right. I would prefer to go out to dinner out of town. I was just talking to my friend about this. It's easier sometimes, right?
It is. You just you don't run into everybody. It's not awkward. You don't have to make the small talk.
Yeah.
So how did you meet the dates?
So I activated Facebook dating for.
Wait, there's a Facebook dating
I
app?
know. Okay.
I didn't even know
so
that. I was on
went
Bumble
Facebook.
for a minute.
So I don't know anything about like any of this. And I went on Facebook one day, and you know how there's like those icons on the bottom, and it's like I don't know what it says, but one of them was dating, and I was like, okay. So my phone obviously knows I'm going through a divorce because I get like shit all the time.
Of course.
My phone.
It's cool. Your phone knows everything that's happening in your life.
Yeah.
It does. I get all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah.
So I did explore it, and I made a profile, and it was like, no lie, by Sunday morning I had like deactivated it because it was just so like
So what? Like
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I don't want to like I don't necessarily think that I'm like that great or anything, but the people who messaged me, I was just like, really?
Yeah.
Like, is this the dating pool?
Yes.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Well, I mean, I had a radius, but mostly yes.
I'll get weird DMs all day long. Not all day long, but like just from being on the radio with Slater or whatever. always strange people in the DMs, and it's never it's never complimentary.
And I think
it is like, but it's not. I'm always like, oh, geez, Louise.
Right.
You know,
it's like I think there's like AI can like help you now with like your opening line or stuff, because like there would be all sorts of like just pickup lines and just I don't even know, like stuff that's supposed to be like sweet and kind of gag me.
So you didn't no real life dates came from the online dating.
So I met 2 people on there that I was actually okay with like continuing to talk to because they weren't quite as creepy. No, they weren't creepy at all. And I went on a couple dates with them, and they were really nice guys. I made it very clear to them that I was a hot mess, and I had no intentions of like, I was like literally just like, my profile was like, I don't want to see your genitals. I am looking for somebody to like crush mozzarella sticks with and be in bed by 8 o'clock.
I mean,
like,
I'll crush mozzarella sticks.
I'll go out with you anytime, Marjo.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
I was pretty upfront that I wasn't really like looking for anything. And they were both like absolutely okay with that, and that's what made me keep in touch with them. So we ended up like, we went on, I guess you could call it a date. Like the first thing we went on was a date, and then after that it was just kind of like just some hanging out together.
Yeah.
What was the creepiest one? Like, not looking for names, like what did they do to make it creepy?
Did you get any dick pics?
I might have.
Yeah.
That's another thing. What?
I
like,
know.
You don't
don't
even
get me
solicit
started.
them, and guys are just like, you want to see this?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, unless somebody directly asks you for that, nobody wants that. No one wants that. No one wants that. And guess what? They're also going to show all their friends, FYI. This goes for guys and girls. They're going to show people.
Right. That's going to get screenshot.
Yes. And sent in the group chat. And you're going to be
the receiver is going to show.
Yes.
God, I thought you meant
That's why
the
you don't put your
sender.
face in it, Slater.
Yeah.
Whatever you mean, Katie. Whatever you mean. Slater had to learn the hard way. Anyway.
This is a long time ago, you know.
Listen, we don't judge.
Slater's making kissy face.
Yeah.
How's like mental health been through the divorce? Like,
all right, so obviously a divorce is a lot to go through.
Yeah.
I am fortunate that I was able to kind of get in touch with my own mental health before the divorce started. So it has definitely helped me, like given me like tools and stuff that I need to kind of get through the tougher times.
Coping mechanisms
that are healthy and not healthy.
So when you and I worked together years ago, you would talk about your medicine, and then I was like, oh, I was on. They prescribed me Prozac when I was 17.
Is this real medicine we're talking about, or like, you know?
No,
like from the doctor medicine?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify. Mommy needs her medicine. You know what I mean? They were just pouring some Pinot Grigio.
So I remember my mother was like just so upset because she couldn't help me. I couldn't, like I kept saying like, Ma, I just want to take my head off and put it on your body so you can feel what I'm feeling. And it sort of came out of, Marjo knows the story all too well. Like I was peer pressured to smoke marijuana. Peer pressured. And I know, really.
You're probably peer pressure to smoke marijuana.
You're probably big on peer pressure.
So, and I had like a lot. And this sent me into a world of anxiety, which I didn't even know existed.
So the first time you smoked pot, this happened?
The first time I really smoked.
Okay.
First time you got high.
Yeah, like
Gotcha.
I mean, the street was flipping over. I mean, it was just like we were riding. We were riding.
Sure, this weed wasn't like
I don't know. I don't know.
This is before
Slater got drugged in his drugs.
Yeah, but I remember the guys that I was in the car with. They were like, "Just go with it, man. Just go with it." We were literally riding around in a '98 Honda Civic in Lynn.
Many
like,
memories.
This thing's gonna flip over.
Many memories of things like that.
And I remember, like, I was a smoker at the time. I couldn't even light my cigarette, and I just remember like sinking into the pillow that night, and I couldn't shake it. I was like, I remember saying to myself, "I could get out. I'm gonna get out of this in the morning." It never went away. And then
you woke up and you were still high?
Yes, and or it was anxiety. So, but it sent me down the spiral of like this darkness that
you never got unanxious again?
It was not like stomach anxious. It was more like, well, yeah, because it did morph into panic attacks. So that must have been a traumatic
event for you then, brain-wise.
Oh, yeah. And then
you've been on and off medication for the rest of your since then. I mean, past 20-something years.
I remember being like an anxious teenager in high school, and I remember like, oh, what's that all about? Like, I remember like getting butterflies. I remember like, it's like, I was like, oh, I'm crushing on a girl or something.
So this was before or after? When did you smoke? and this happened?
Right after high school.
Right after. Oh, so
right.
This
This was first year of college.
So no weed and no sex in high school for you.
And yeah,
he was a good
Just
student.
wanted to know
listen,
that.
my father was a heavy drinker, and
Yeah,
I
no, I get
wanted
it.
no part of it.
Yeah, he
you
didn't
know?
even drink until he was 21.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I remember.
I mean,
like,
he still became an alcoholic, but you know.
and look what happened. Yeah,
That is what
Yeah.
happens typically.
yeah. And like my father would sort of like normalize it. He'd be like, you know, hey, listen, you know, dad works hard.
Totally.
You know, he likes to have a couple of beers. So he knew it was
Yeah.
on his mind.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I remember in high school, one of my teachers, who I really respect now for it, pulled me aside. He's like, listen, I heard you talking to your buddies, and you're talking about how much beer you drink, or, excuse me, your father drinks, and I want to let you know your father's an alcoholic. I mean,
Jeez Louise.
my,
That is quite the
my high
statement
school
to make.
teacher just nailed me right between the eyes.
Yeah.
It was like, your dad's an alcoholic. And I was like, whoa. And I went home and I told him, and he was
Oh my
like,
God.
what's his name?
Can you imagine if that happened today?
You would be,
Yeah.
the teacher would probably
Yeah.
get sued. Were you in therapy before your divorce, or did the divorce kind of spark you wanting to like really
No, I've been in
work on yourself?
therapy. I've been in therapy for probably like 15 years, 16 years.
I think if you're prescribed, and listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not, I'm sure this isn't going to be the most popular opinion, but I think if you're getting prescribed prescription medication that alters like your brain chemistry, that you should have to couple it with some kind of therapy. Like
Well,
once
yeah,
a month,
so you
once a
can't
week.
get refills unless it's through like.
I know tons of people
Well,
who are on
no.
meds who never go to therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. He is one of them. Yes.
Okay. Okay. all
They,
right.
they,
But Slater also
prescribes yours, your PCP?
they're also, what's that?
Do you just call your PCP and you're like, hey, I'm out?
Yeah.
Well, somebody has to prescribe it. So
Right.
your
Well, I
PCP.
mean, you tell them
Who's them? Who's them?
The doctor.
So your primary care physician?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, you know, right. No, I mean, if you're feeling better, they just say, well, yeah, just remain on it. I mean, I've had a history of being on antidepressants my whole life, since I was 17.
So if you went
With
to them and you were
years
like,
in between-
nothing's getting better, I feel like this, blah, 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 would they be like, okay, let's try another dose? Or
Yeah.
would they be like, why don't you go see someone?
No, listen, they recommended me see someone for the very beginning.
I've been recommending him see someone since
No,
we
they're
met.
like, listen, they said exactly what Marjo said, but they don't not refill it.
I see.
You know, and you know, to bring this up, like, a lot of people don't know what, like, oh, I'm on medicine for anxiety. It's like, okay, there's two major different types of classes. There's the long-term stuff, and then there's the fast-acting stuff, which is highly addictive,
Yeah.
which is the benzodiazepines, Xanax, Ativan. You take that, and half an hour later, you're calm. The SSRIs...
I may or may not have an Ativan in me right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure.
Not a whole one.
Yeah, I understand, but but like me with my alcoholic past, or you know, my obsessions, like I don't want to get those. Are there for emergencies
Right.
only?
Right.
Oh, so you're not taking ones daily?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I didn't know that.
No. The long-term stuff I am. So those are the Prozacs and the citalopram and the Wellbutrin and all those classes. Those are build up in your system.
Right.
But you guys also will take these medications, and it's not the only thing you're doing for your mental health. Like that.
No.
That's what
You don't take
stresses me.
anything,
That's,
right?
No.
Okay.
That's what never have. That's what stresses. I'm not saying that with like a badge of honor. I just have never. That's what makes me nervous about people who are simply just taking medication and they're not seeking therapy. Like Slater, you guys both...
Well, then it's a
you both-
Band-Aid.
Exactly. You guys are both physically active. You know that it's important. I mean, that's a huge one for me. Like, I know when I'm having a bad day or I'm anxious, I always feel better after I go and exercise and just move
Same,
my body.
right.
So you guys are doing other things coupled with the medication.
Right.
It's just when people are only using medication... Yes, in my mind, it's just a quick fix Band-Aid. It's not, you're not addressing the root of
Right. I agree
Right?
with that 100%. And I feel like most people's goal when they start medication is to wean off it or end up at a lower dosage or something like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen by taking the medication. You're like, oh, okay, I'm better. Let's go down. No, everything's going to come right up, back up.
Yes.
So if you're
Yes.
not doing the work to fix the problem,
Yeah.
then you're going to need the medication.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
However,
Just time out real quick. I have shorts on, okay? I want to sit like this. It's not my underwear.
That's fine. You're good. We're keeping that
Ryan.
in there, by the way. No, we're definitely we're definitely keeping that in there.
So if you see
So-
anything, it's not my vagine.
You just
just
said
how she
vagine,
is,
and
yeah.
now
And
Slater's
listen,
distracted.
so what were we talking about?
We were talking about medication.
That's right. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So I have sort of come to accept that I have an obsessive disorder.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
some sort. Obsessive thoughts, intrusive thoughts.
You get obsessive with foods.
Obsessive with foods. I'm wicked kicky.
Yes.
Yes.
You're very kicky.
I was obsessed with alcohol.
Yep.
I
worked with you for a long time.
You were obsessed with gummies for a little bit when you got off the alcohol.
Yes. That's just how in this medicine relieves that. I don't know what it does. It's an SSRI, serotonin sort of maker. But I have not been in like long-term therapy to address why that is.
Mm-hmm.
So
and listen, you've got a lot of trauma in your
point.
life.
Yeah, listen.
There's a lot to unpack there.
We're like we know trauma. You've had a lot of death in your with friends and family. Like, my God, like
Yeah, tons of it.
But
so when I went away, so if we back up a little bit, so after I had my second son Wesley, I definitely had a little postpartum there, and I don't think it was recognized in real time. So not until like hindsight. But I knew that I didn't feel right, and I wasn't quite sure exactly what was going on. There was a lot of like stuff going on in my life that was just hard for me to handle. Death, all sorts of stuff. But I stopped taking my medication because I wanted to feel again. I felt like I was just completely numbed out. And I had,
like no joy or no sadness.
Correct.
Just I
was on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like
the absence of feeling.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I knew that I was sad, but I didn't feel sad. And I knew that like things were wrong and like needed. Like I knew stuff needed to be done, but it was much easier to just like put blinders on and forge through.
Sure.
So that's what I did. And once I was off of everything and everything was out of my system, and I did start to feel stuff. Like this sounds really weird, but like I swear to God, I felt like just years of stuff that had been like repressed. And I was like super emotional. Like I don't want to call myself a mental mess, but maybe I was.
Yeah.
I mean, but I hadn't had the tools yet to like deal with those emotions. So it was like a very challenging time for me.
So when you mean deal, do you mean like the thought enters your head and then you can't get it out, or the actual physically? So I remember there's sad, the emotion of being sad, which you're like, you want to cry sad. And then there's depressed, which is two different things.
Yeah.
So there's both. I had been numb and I realized too that like I had no emotional intelligence. Like this wasn't something that I was like, I didn't grow up in a house where you talked about feelings. You didn't put feelings
I mean,
to
most
names
kids who grew up in the 80s didn't. I mean, we didn't.
So it was a whole like learning experience, but it was overwhelming, and there was a lot of like shame, and there was a lot of like just feelings that were hard to deal with, and I didn't know how to sit with them. I only knew how to run from them.
Gotcha.
So even though I wasn't like drinking like crazy, I was working like crazy, or
trying to find other distractions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, at the time, I didn't know that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
They're like coping mechanisms, escape hatches, whatever you want to call them. So life got a little out of control for a while.
Yeah.
Just not knowing what to do with those feelings and what was right and what wasn't.
So who decided? So you went out of state to a retreat facility, so to speak, right? Who decided that? You?
So my therapist and I decided it, yes.
Yeah.
He had been kind of recommending. So he diagnosed me as something called counter-dependent. So I don't really trust other people. I don't lean into them. I don't ask for help. I would much rather just do everything myself until I keel over and die, which was like where
my girlfriend
I was at.
Jackie's like that.
Yeah.
Watch it gets dangerous.
Yeah. Go
but
ahead.
he was like, basically, you are incapable of stopping like work.
Yeah.
So the only way you're going to stop is if you're forced to stop. So so when I went away, it was no phone for 3 weeks, no electronics.
Wow.
Like,
Well, that
like
must have been
nothing.
hard with the kids, huh?
Yes.
I mean, I know you have a great support system in those kids' lives and your family and stuff like that. So obviously, I know they were fine. But I mean, as a mom, that must have been tough.
It was
for
like
you.
definitely one of the hardest things I'd ever done. And like I didn't get to FaceTime them every night, but the nights I did, it just changed my perspective on like everything. I mean, one of the main reasons I went there was to kind of like, so they do like an in-depth medication analysis. So they looked at what I was on and the dosages and tweaked all those, but I also got an OCD diagnosis while I was there. And I was like, but it was the obsessive part. Like I can't stop doing something until it's done in its entirety. But one of the main ways of like getting past that is to recognize it. So now that you recognize like, okay, I get obsessed with things quickly and I have to do this and this and this and this. Now that you're aware of it, you can curb it like intentionally and you don't have to rely so much. Like I'm sure the medication helps and stuff, but like that's part of like doing the work, like recognizing it and then actively stopping it.
It was more anxiety back in the day. Now it seems like a more of an obsessive thing, and that maybe it's a control thing, you know, because it was my most recent doctor who said, yeah, you got some obsession, and that's the first doctor to tell me that word. It was always anxiety before the anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder. This was
the anxiety came from the obsession.
This was the big O word.
Yeah, I mean, it's all interconnected, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, and the alcohol relieved that for me for many years, and then
but also as a depressant at the same time.
As a depressant at the same time, but you don't realize that when you're doing it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, even if you do, you don't care because
you don't care because it works.
Because when you have those drinks, until it doesn't.
It does. Right.
It's amazing until it's not.
You're like, what
right?
the fuck was I worried about? This is great.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, I remember like getting like buzzed for the first time. Like, wow, this is the answer. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then it runs away from then it becomes your life.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like this is what I'm doing. Nobody's getting in the way of it.
Yeah. Like Slater wouldn't want to do things after 5 o'clock. He's like, nope, once it's 5 o'clock, I'm drinking. I'm not going to go out and do things. I'm not going to take the kids to the park. Like stuff that you do all the time now.
Georgia, you're driving.
Right.
And it's just so selfish. And I have, lots of regrets about that. But anyway, it's a discussion for another time. But
I hear you. I get it.
Yeah. So what meds are you on now?
So
give us all your prescriptions.
Yeah, right?
Can I try any of them?
See me after. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. All right. So I got put on gabapentin when I got there. And it was for my history with alcohol. And I was like, well, I used to like binge drink.
Isn't that a pain reliever?
Gabapentin?
It's a
What was the
nerve
stuff they gave me
blocker.
when I broke my leg?
They might have given you that, yeah.
I don't know.
It's a nerve
Oh,
blocker.
no, that was tramadol. Never mind. Okay.
No,
tramadol.
not tramadol.
Okay.
Yeah.
All over
No,
the place here.
that's
Okay,
an
go ahead.
opiate.
Yeah.
Is it?
Remember, dude,
Yeah.
I took one.
tramadol. That's what you can get in Mexico.
Dude, I took one.
Yes.
You can get it in the
You
U.S.
can.
too.
I was just there.
Oh.
Real quick, funny tramadol story. I had taken one Thursday night when I first got them and had passed right out. So I didn't really know how much it affected me. Went to work to do the radio show the next morning. Pop one at 6 o'clock right when the radio show
my
starts.
God,
By
yeah.
7 o'clock, I was so stoned. I didn't realize that it was going to screw me up that much. I'm like, Slater, I'm like high right now.
Yeah.
I am high
I'm
on
like
the radio.
Slater high right now.
Dude, I was like, and we, the guest on the show that day, he and Slater were having a very deep discussion about religion, and I was like, what is happening right now?
Like, I can't be part of
Get me
this.
out of here. It's awful.
Oh,
anyway,
God.
sorry, back to your medication.
Oh, that's okay. So they put me on gabapentin, and I was like, well, I haven't like been a big drinker in years, and she was like, yeah, but it's also a nerve blocker, so it can help with anxiety. And like it was weird the first couple days, but then after that, it was like the calmest I had ever felt.
And how was that? Like just a rush of relief?
Like I've never been able to not give a fuck before. I can not give a fuck now about things, and it's amazing.
That's good.
So
to a certain extent.
right, yeah. Like you don't, yeah. Okay. Are you still on that? Like,
I am still on that. Yeah, I don't take as what I'm prescribed. So I'm prescribed a much higher dose than what I take, but I don't really think that I need it. Like there's some days when life is imploding, I might be like, okay, maybe this is like a day I should take like the full dose of medication. But ultimately,
mental health, like many things, is not linear. You know what I mean? You're going to have good weeks, bad days, bad days, good months. You know what I mean?
I will say for certain, if I valley out from exercise, I get more obsessive.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That makes. I will say, exercise has been like my.
It's a game changer.
It's a game changer.
Absolutely.
And
it is a game changer.
You can feel like even with my own mental health, everything, just how I feel in general, physically how I feel, mentally how I feel.
Yeah.
Like it is, and I think people who don't exercise like kind of like roll their eyes at that. I'm not saying everybody has to go to CrossFit. I'm not saying everybody has to hit the gym at
Just
5
move your
a.m. every
body.
day. Exactly.
Just move your
Going
body.
for a walk.
Move
Just
your body.
literally just moving your body. It's crazy how much of a world of difference it makes.
It really does. I think that it's really been like my saving grace over the past like I don't know, year and a half or so.
And you go to a
you've
gym,
been-
you take group classes too, which also is a sense of community. Like the friends I have through the gym, like that's like my little, you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
It's like, yes. And it's all a bunch of girls that are just, everybody's going through shit.
Right.
So
Well, because
you get
everybody's
together,
going through
right.
shit. Everyone,
right.
you know what I mean?
And it's an hour that like you leave the shit behind. It's an hour that you focus on yourself. And
Do
you
they
just-
talk bad about you behind your back when you leave?
I mean,
No, I'm just
probably
kidding.
they
I'm
are
kidding.
girls.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding too. We're not that kind of girls.
So funny.
So when you were in the facility, how long were you distant for? 30 days?
3 weeks.
3
21
weeks.
days.
Did you want to come back?
So the program itself was actually 5 weeks. So I got like special treatment to do half of it. Because I was, just such a good student.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to have stayed to complete it in the sense of just wanting to do the whole thing. But 3 weeks like away from the kids and everything was more
that's
than
a lot.
enough. And like I still had the business then, so that was like very hard.
Did you talk to your kids about where you were? I mean, I know your kids are young. Is there any conversation about that? Or?
They know that mommy went to happy school because they witnessed like my husband and I had separated and like I was sad and there was a lot of sadness and like
And kids are intuitive.
and I mean I cried and stuff and so so I told them I was going to happy school and that's where I went and they came and visited me twice.
Nice.
Jackie and I have a blended family of 5 kids, and I never thought that I would have 5 kids, and all that comes with that. And we're both widowed and stuff. And when my 2 kids were with my mother this last week, and I was waiting for like this. Oh, this is great, and it was like that for a couple days. But then I was like, I really, really miss those guys. The point is, like, kids are like chemical.
They are.
They
There's
really
sometimes
are, dude.
where I'm like, I
you're-
can't wait to have a day without them. And then I do. And I'm like, no, I want them back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
Marjo's like,
Yeah.
love those
know.
kids.
No, but it makes sense. Like anything, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can understand like your parents' frustrations with their kids, right? But then they're your kids. So
Yeah. I mean, think about it.
they're
Who in
literally
your life do
extension
you have
of
to
you.
deal with 24/7 that you just can't get a break from?
Slater.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, like I was trying to go to the bathroom like before I came in here, and they're walking back and forth in between. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And there's no reasoning with them.
There's
it's like
no
living with
reasoning,
drunk people.
dude.
Like there's no logic. They want to
Yes.
argue with you. Like
100%.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's dealing with yourself. Like all the things about yourself that make other people crazy, that's them.
Yeah. Well, also in Slater's situation, having a blended family, I'm sure you and Jackie feel not differently, but like it's like a fine line to walk. Like, yes, you love her children and she loves your children, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got to be a kind of a learning process to figure out what your relationship with them is going to be, especially as a disciplinarian, as that kind of
That's probably mucky.
Yeah.
So my wife battled cancer and then died for like for 3 years. But Jackie's husband Brian fell, so it was instant
And very unexpected.
and very unexpected. And then so she had messaged me because she used to listen to me on the radio tell the story of Georgia. She's like, listen, I just want to know how are you dealing with this because I'm recently widowed and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, it's crazy.
And Slater didn't message her back. I said, you need to
Speaking of, like,
he's like,
Slater-
I don't know. She's a stranger.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
just acknowledge that she sent the
Yeah.
message. And I'm like the queen of not texting back or even opening up messages. But I was like, this is like an extraordinary. This woman's like going through it. Like at least message her back. Of course he didn't.
I did not. No, I didn't want to. Of
course
I just got out of a 6 month or my second 6 month relationship, and I just was like, and not that. I guess I was just assuming that was what she was looking for, but she
A
just
relationship?
wanted, or a date. But
Gotcha.
it was just something she just wanted to talk,
You're so in demand.
and yeah, I know, yeah. Was Berkshire's most eligible bachelor there for a little while, Marjo? Is that?
Is that a thing?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
So, I'm just kidding.
I was like, whatever you do, don't put your relationship on Facebook. What does he do? Goes and puts the relationship on Facebook. I was like, what are you doing? Anyway.
Yeah. So we ended up going out and talking and like walking in the woods, and I really started to like her, and we went on a few dates, and the rest is history. And now I had a strong feeling about her and stuff. So we're raising kids together. But it's just it's funny because I'm 45 years old. Like I was married once before. Like you just never know where your life is going to take you, man. It's crazy, dude. Like you think you're going to relive your childhood, like your parents. Your childhood. You think your children are going to relive your childhood,
right? Like you're going to grow. Your life is going to be the same exact. Yeah, and it just doesn't work that way. Yeah. Watching the arc of Slater's life, because we've been working together for 10 years now. It's like when you really look back, you're like, holy crap! Because we started doing the show probably 6 months before Georgia got diagnosed.
No, a couple of years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, she. Yeah. So
feel like
she was in a car accident. She got into a car accident some months after we had just had Liam, my oldest, and then she found a lump in her breast, and I was like,
"Do you?"
I was with you. We had just done. We were doing a what the heck was that thing called where you go to all the places? You do like remotes, like 5-minute remotes at each place.
Yeah,
you guys were out on just a work thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember what it's called.
But
yeah, we
just
selling
the store or something.
You also got a phone call.
The store. That's what it's called.
You also got a phone call in the middle of the show that when she had found the lump that it came back as cancer. It was like in the 9 o'clock hour, and you're like, I gotta go. I was like,
oh my god.
Yeah. And then
every time, I would see her name pop up on the phone.
Yeah.
Even when Jackie calls me now, I get the same thing. It's never going to go.
That's a trauma response, 100%. Because I'm the same way. If somebody, especially somebody who's close to me, is calling me like
instead of texting,
unexpectedly
like, what are you doing calling me? Who's dead?
Like if my dad started, if my dad's name popped up on the phone right now, I'd be like, oh, something's got to be wrong. Right. And that's a trauma response. That's
my mother too. My mother calls me. I'm like,
Do you think there's a silver lining to the divorce? Do you think that that's helped you in your like journey to?
I think there's definitely
capture your mental.
I don't want to get I don't want to get too far into it, but like a lot happened. Like I couldn't be there for him the way that I should have been there for him. Mm-hmm. And
gotcha.
And in addition to many other things, like that was kind of like what, like really. That's when we kind of like started to fall apart, I guess. I'm not done yet.
Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
She was gathering her thoughts.
Well, I didn't answer her question. Yeah. But ultimately, yes, I do think there's a silver lining because now that we are both away from each other, like he has to pick up my deficits and I have to pick up his deficits. So we're both like learning to do these things that we kind of relied on the other person to do, like whether physical or emotionally. And it's making us better people in different ways. Like I think both of our relationships with the kids have improved tremendously.
That's great.
Like when we're getting along and like we're communicating and stuff, like it's healthy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's also a lot of emotion there. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's days you feel one way about him, and and that's ever changing, right? Depending on what's going on, like anything.
I got to credit Jackie for holding up a mirror to me and saying, "Listen, you're a good guy, but."
That's what
you gotta work on this, and this. And at first I was like, time out.
Right.
No one's
You're
gonna tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And then like after a couple like fights later and a couple nights on the couch, I was like, all right, Brian, like she's right. And
self-awareness is hard.
And you gotta go out.
Self-awareness is very hard.
And I think that's a really important thing in a partnership, in a relationship, is that you can be honest with each other. You don't have to be cruel, you don't have to be hurtful, but like it's really hard to look at yourself from somebody else's perspective, right?
That is one of the things I do, and it sucks.
What? Hold up mirrors to people constantly?
No, maybe. No, like really put myself in somebody else's shoes based on how they're reacting. Like, okay, they're reacting this way because like what did I do to cause this? Or like what is the lesson I'm learning? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Like which it can be a double-edged sword. Yeah. But I mean whenever I like
am grumpy or like a bitch to people, I like in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, that had nothing to do with him. Like you were on your own shit that day.
Right.
And it manifested itself, you know, you take
right. Like, am I really pissed off about this for this reason, or is it because of X, Y, and Z?
And like the term gaslighting has been popular over the last like few years.
Yeah.
And then
well, it goes hand in hand with narcissism too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so like I think one point, Jackie was like, you know, you're gaslighting me, and I'm like, yeah, like am I? Like I would say things like,
calm down, it's not that big of a deal.
You know,
oh, my favorite.
Or like lighten up. Like the fact is like.
It's just a joke.
She needed to lighten up.
You're too sensitive.
I will meet people halfway with that.
Right.
Because sometimes people are being too sensitive, and sometimes you do need to lighten up.
Yeah.
But if I'm constantly like, my insecurity is like, you know, giving you a jab, and then someone telling me, listen, I don't like when you do that, and me doing it, just I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so that's like,
and if I say lighten up, then that's gaslighting. You know.
Yeah.
Because she just said she doesn't like that.
But
you
also her feelings, my thing
Yes.
with that is like, your feelings are valid. Like, even if you think somebody's feelings are crazy, like that's genuinely how they feel. Like,
Right.
you don't get to tell them the way they feel isn't valid. Just because you don't see it from
if you
their
take a
point of
child,
view.
for example, they're
What are you,
throwing a
crazy?
fit over. I hate that. They throw a fit over
I hate that
absolutely
it's not that big
nothing.
of a deal. Like, that's how I feel. Obviously, it is a big deal to
Right.
me. Obviously, I'm upset about it, so it is a big deal to me, you know?
Right. Might not be a big deal to you, but you don't have to feel the same way somebody else
But
feels.
respect
But
the
exactly.
way I feel it.
Exactly. And that's like, to circle back to what you were saying, if I can take accountability for I wasn't good at like vocalizing things in the past with friends, family, relationships, anything. So like I couldn't say what I needed because I just believed that would like I was a people pleaser. So like I don't have any needs.
Yeah, you're like, it's
totally
not worth
fine.
the argument.
Right.
Yeah.
So I held in a lot of stuff that like made me angry, and like now that I'm like starting to like say like this is what I need, this is what I want. It's where was I going with this?
Enabling.
Nope, you said something.
Gaslighting, calling me out, recognizing it, jabs.
We'll have to edit this out. Yeah, I'll have to cut that out.
Yeah.
No, you said something.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
It's another side
I
effect of
hate,
gabapentin.
I hate that.
You know,
I hate that. I can't stand when I don't remember
I think I've
stuff.
talked about this on like previous episodes, but one of my best friends who lives in Colorado is a therapist, and she's like, the simplest thing is you have to say to each other, this is what I want. Can you give me what I want? What do you need from me? This is what I can give you.
That's where I was going with this.
know?
Yeah. So like I would be mad that like I'm not getting what I need, but I couldn't like
But you weren't
say
asking
what
for
was.
it either.
Right, exactly.
People aren't mind readers.
So I've gotten like better at like expressing that kind of stuff, and I still don't really know exactly where I was going with it, but that's the gist of it. Yeah.
And it's hard to do that. And I think also societally, and I think women much more so than men are told to don't ask for things, don't rock the boat, don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes it's just
sit
easier.
pretty and shut up.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
like, and to go back to like your narcissism like comment, like sometimes men can't hear that. They can't hear like, I need this from you, because then what they are translating it to is I'm not giving you what you need. I'm not good enough, or
That's
whatever.
precisely what I heard.
And
yep, I'm not enough. We had many conversations.
So then
where
it
I'm not.
attacks like so you're hearing it through your ego instead of through your heart.
Good point.
You're 100% right, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
And it took me some months to realize that.
Yeah.
And because and then because we were doing couples therapy, which was great. It's people kind of like shun therapy, and then when you're in therapy, you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
It can be.
Slater used to always say, I don't need therapy. I have you. I'm like, I am not a therapist. And this is when he's going through traumatic life shit. Like, your wife is dying. We're
you're
living in a global pandemic.
trauma-bonded.
Like, I mean, I'll be your friend. Like, I'll listen to you all day long. But, like, I can't. I don't know. And plus, you're always going to be a little bit partial. Like, those best friends are the ones who really call you out and who really, to your point, hold a mirror to you and say, this is what you're doing. But also, like, I'm always going to skew a little bias towards Slater because we're friends. We've been friends for 10 years. When you have an impartial person giving their 2 cents on what's going on, a professional, it's a lot different than getting advice from your friends. I think both are important. But
so one thing I've learned is that if your own therapist, like their job is to help you. Their job is to repeat back to you what they hear you saying, basically, until you come to your own aha moment.
Yeah.
A couples therapist their job is to keep you together, to find ways to solve whatever problems that you have. So by seeing one of each, it can get really convoluted and very like confusing.
Yeah. Interesting. Did you have trouble finding, like, I know friends of mine who have been through a couple therapists and they had to find somebody that they like. It's almost like dating, right?
Yeah.
You have to find somebody that you click with or have some kind of rapport
definitely.
with, right?
Yeah. We've been through a lot of therapists.
Yeah.
Couples therapists, and I've been through a handful of like regular ones too. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you see? What's the end game? Where do you want to be? Are you where you want to be, or do you feel like you have time to heal in terms of? Like
I'm
mental health
not
and
where
stuff?
I want to be. Like I'm closer.
Yeah.
There's been some like cogs in the process and some setbacks and stuff.
Is that a day? Is that the first thing you think of when you wake up? Normally, like the day.
What the first thing?
It's normally like. What's the first thing you think of when you wake up?
God, I don't know. I really don't know the first thing I think of when I wake up. It's still like, it's raw. It's on my mind all the time. I'm going to try not to cry.
Yeah, well, it's certainly not the point. Yeah.
Yeah, Slater, way to go.
What the
Well, it's a lot. I mean,
Yeah, it's a lot.
you know. And honestly, is anybody, like, I don't know if I ever want to be at the place where I feel like, yeah, I'm good with where I'm at. Like, I always want to be improving.
totally.
Like, you always want to be
My whole life
growing.
is changing. So it's a lot to like, it's not like,
Yeah.
it's
Just
not
one
just
thing.
a divorce.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, your work life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so there's a lot to think about. I don't know. I gotta wait and see where things play out before.
Well, I certainly think your story is very relatable to people, and I
Yeah.
do give you credit for being so open about it. You have a heavy presence on social media as well.
What do you mean by that?
Which takes us,
You're a big poster.
which takes us to our final point, right, of the Off-Air Podcast, episode 8, with Catherine Smeagol. Social media, yeah. You like social media, huh?
You know, I think you could say that in a way. Yeah.
So how long does it take to take 75 pictures?
Not very long. No. Are you talking about like my albums?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
talking
only
about
if I have, like, a big event.
your photo dumps.
Are you confusing me with Carly?
Oh, your sister also has a big
sister also has a social
media
yeah.
presence.
No, if we go somewhere and like I do have, so believe it or not, I use social media as more of like a time capsule type thing.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah, no,
like,
totally.
it's the only thing
That's
that
your digital footprint. I get it.
Well, yeah, and like memories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't have photo albums, and I do
Yeah.
take a lot of pictures.
You could do a
So,
Google Photo Drive.
I do have one of those.
Just throwing that out there.
I do have one of those.
You changed your profile picture the other day.
I might have, yes.
That are obviously creeping up.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
it was not creeping. It came up on my feed. There's a difference.
All right.
I can't stand that. I can't stand
He gets
that
mad when I
shit.
say he's a creeper.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you're like, you get your lips up and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
I've changed it again since then.
yeah. Like,
Feeling cute. Might delete later.
what is going through your head before you take that picture?
I don't know. I was at a banquet, and the sun looked cool behind me, and it drowned out a lot of my facial features.
Gotcha.
So I thought it would be cool. Yeah.
All right. And then at what point do you decide to make that your profile picture?
I don't know. I lay in bed in the middle of the night when I can't sleep, maybe.
And what's the reaction you're looking for?
From people? Like,
Right.
oh, I don't know.
So this is my theory with social media.
That's
It's
why
not
we-
just you, it's anyone. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
not-
feel like people, myself included to a certain extent, I guess, because nobody wants to post something and get no positive reaction from it.
Yeah.
Like
You're like,
I
you guys
often
are hosting
wonder-
a podcast. Right?
I often yeah, exactly. You guys literally talk about yourselves all day long for a
Yeah,
living. Like
yeah.
again, I always say Slater and I are just projecting this air of confidence but are painfully
Yeah.
insecure. Like do people post on social media for validation? Like why do
yes,
people
I'm
think
sure.
that the general public wants to see 40 pictures of your kids on vacation? Or in my case,
Why don't
40
you?
pictures of a football game.
Do
I
you
don't
look at
know.
other people's photos?
My close friends, yeah. So a lot of that is for family because I'm not a big like caller. I don't really like
Yeah,
call
yeah.
family.
All right.
So I kind of like put it there, and then you can kind of see the kids grow up, and that's that. And I don't know if you don't want to see it, just don't follow me.
I agree with you 100%
right,
too.
that's
Like
fair.
if you don't
That's
like
fair.
it,
I like to look at my memories
right?
and be like, oh, this is what happened last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
just trying to
okay.
have some fun. I'm not attacking you, but
I don't feel
70,
attacked.
75?
I don't think she took it that way.
75 pictures?
Dude, multiple 75 photo jumps. Like most of my albums are like 200 pictures. So like I reach 80 and I'm
bananas.
like, oh God, I gotta do it.
How long does that take to upload?
I don't know. I really don't
That's
do
the
it that
max
often
amount
anymore.
of photos. 80. Interesting.
In one upload, yes.
Good to know.
So you're 38. So Facebook's still the go-to, or are you what's your social media platform of?
I think I use Instagram more.
Yeah, I think
Instagram,
then
Facebook.
I'm a year or two older than you.
I don't really.
You TikTok?
So I don't TikTok. I did TikTok during COVID a lot, but like I would lose hours of my life down the rabbit hole, and
it's just like recording your facial features and stuff the whole time.
Does it do that?
Oh yeah, it sees your reaction. It sells that information to.
Yeah.
Really?
Well. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Huh. I mean, we give up so much privacy. I mean,
that's
God.
what I mean.
Yeah,
like, it fascinates me. What what also kills me? Again, not shaming people. I guess I am. Why, when people are in the hospital, is the first thing they think of taking a picture and uploading it to Facebook?
Because they want people to know they're in the hospital.
But why? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm in the hospital, I'm gonna text Slate and be like, "Hey, I'm in the hospital. Hey, I broke my leg." You know what I mean? What people want to share with the world fascinates me.
Absolutely.
But
Couldn't
it's
agree
not
more.
with the world. It's with like your friends.
It's the internet. The internet is the world. It's not just your friends.
Is your set to public or friends?
No, it's set to friends.
Your Facebook's not set to public?
And all those people. Like, I mean, I might be friends with 1,200
custom,
people.
Actually.
I might be
take
friends
everything
with
back. I have no
1,200
further
people.
questions.
But it doesn't mean I want 1,200 people who are following me to know every detail of my life. Like, I don't know. It just fascinates me. Social media does. And I'm just now listen, I'm on Instagram.
Maybe you guys are just under posters. You ever think of that?
Well, I'm a more private person. I don't, like you and Slater, I find it admirable how open and transparent you guys are with people. I have a huge problem doing that, which is a little tricky in my line of work because that's part of the deal, right?
But you posted on your vacation.
Yeah, I did. I did post that. And listen, I posted about when I broke my leg. I really was struggling with a lot of stuff in my personal life before that happened. Then that happened, and it kind of just was this perfect storm of shit. And that was probably the worst my mental health has been, like as an adult. And for me to post about that on social media was like huge. But it was almost easier because I was getting so many questions about it that it was just kind of easier to put it all out there.
You and I we talk about anxiety on and off the air, and you told me that you never really had dealt with it, but recently,
it's definitely
that was the first time I was like, oh,
yeah, it definitely has changed, and I still think that it's manageable with other things. Like, I think it's a quote unquote normal amount of anxiety that I deal with, and I think that also comes with getting older. You think of life differently when you're 40 than when you're 30 or when you're 20. So I think that's played a big factor, but so far, I think with exercise, and I'm really lucky to have a great circle of friends like that, I feel like I can manage. I feel like my anxiety is a normal amount that is manageable to me. But it does make me nervous. Like, I did have to take a step back and be like, okay, I need to reprioritize what's going on in my life.
It's frightening, dude. Your first bout with anxiety is like, and that's the thing, what is happening to me? You know,
and when you physically can't work out. This was tying in with the leg break thing. It was just really a perfect storm of crap. But people come out on the other side, right?
You should do the TikTok affiliator program.
What does that mean?
Like, you sell stuff on TikTok. I mean, you have to gain followers, you have to post and stuff like that. But I mean, that's what all that comes up on I started a TikTok recently for Off Air, the podcast here, but
I don't know. I don't know that I have the interest in it. I'm too old now.
I think you'd be perfect. Oh no, you're not.
I have Snapchat, but literally just for the filters.
Yeah, I know. Do you filter yourself?
On Snapchat, yeah.
But not hot girl filters.
I make myself into an elephant, I see what I look like with big fucking lips.
Yeah.
Not people who
post the occasional thirst trap one, but nothing crazy.
Right. Yeah. How many reactions are you looking for? 10, 20?
I don't know. I'm not.
That doesn't factor in.
It really
just asking.
I don't think it does. I mean, to be honest, most of my Facebook stuff only gets 6 or 7 likes these days, so not even that popular. No, I don't know.
What do you mean? You're in Facebook dating?
Yeah,
that's so funny.
I was on Bumble at one point, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
I was on it for 3 days, dude. I matched up with someone at the local high school. I was like, I'm not doing this.
I had to text my friend because I was getting so I got a bunch of Tinder ads, and then there's another one. Hinge.
Yeah.
So I was getting ads for all those things. And I texted my friend who I guess is singular. And I was like, so how does this work? You just go on there and you somebody's like, oh, hey, you want to have sex? And they're like, okay. And then you just meet up and have sex and never talk again. She's like, yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
what the
I think it depends. I don't think I think it's different for everyone. I don't think everyone on Tinder is doing that.
Well, I don't know. Call me old fashioned, but that gives me anxiety.
Yeah. That should.
Yeah. I've never really been interested. People ask me all the time, like, why don't you do online dating? I have zero interest in that whatsoever.
No, but also, like, I don't even know how to, like, meet people anymore either.
Yeah.
So
It'll just happen.
yeah.
And I also feel like
all those solo dates I take myself on.
I also feel like Instagram
When the time is right, I think.
I think Instagram is essentially a dating app. Like, people slide in people's DMs all the time. Like, you're posting pictures because you want people to see them. What, I'm sliding into people's DMs?
No.
Oh, yeah, I get some.
Oh, people slide into your DMs.
I get some interesting ones. It's usually like old weird guys, to be honest with you. No offense if you've been in my DMs and you're an old weird guy, but just saying. That's generally what I'm getting.
I'm in the trap now where I'm like, that's a bunch of old people. It's like, you're 45.
Right.
You're getting
That's
like,
your...
I can't even say I'm there. Like, I'm getting there. You know, like, it's strange.
Yeah. Do you want
It's strange.
to get married again?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd get married again.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are like questions that like sometimes my kids ask too, and I'm just like,
really?
yeah.
Georgia asked me like 2 weeks before she died, are you ever going to get married again? And I said, listen, I don't know. I said,
can't hear you, what?
I have 2 children that I need to care for. And,
Well, she just wanted you to be happy, I think.
yeah, and she definitely, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, she said, listen, I want you to move on. I want you to meet someone and stuff. So
Yeah. Tough conversation to have. But you also don't need to know the answer to that right now, Katie. Like, you don't need to know.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I always say that to
Absolutely.
people when people ask me tough questions. I don't know the answer, and I don't have to know the answer right now, right? You just got to
Right.
go with it.
well,
Right. It is what it is.
I appreciate your transparency. And the point of this podcast is for people to listen to conversation that can make them feel better
Right.
about this
And that's
situation.
relatable.
So,
I don't know that I accomplished that.
And
but
I think you
No,
did.
for
and
sure.
I think that, I mean, listen, get 2 kids, 38, going through, major life change.
Yeah.
I think that, so.
And the more people who share their stories about mental health, the better it is. I mean,
That's
obviously,
true.
there's some stigma in this country that we're still working on getting rid of.
So that's the other thing on social media. I do like to be transparent about that because I feel like as I was like over the past few years, like people had reached out to me and they've been like, oh, I thought you were such a bitch, but like you're actually like really nice. And I just didn't realize I like portrayed myself as like someone that people were like intimidated by, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like there's so much shame around what you're not supposed to talk about, what you're not supposed to feel.
Totally.
And it's all normal. Everybody feels it. Some people just push it down. Some people get it out. Like I tell my kids, like, you have to get your cries out. Like you can't hold them in.
Yeah, it's
like,
important. Yeah.
And like sometimes they'll,
Especially raising boys too. I think that's super important.
Right. Like they do bro stuff with dad. They go out, they have a lot of fun. And like sometimes they'll come back home and like they'll just break down crying. And it's not like anything happened. I think they just had, they held in some cries and they were ready to get them out. And like mom is like the more emotional one, clearly. Yeah. So they come home, they get that out.
I was crying big time before I went back on medicine a couple of years.
Like anything, like commercials and
Dude,
stuff.
when the bully beat up the kid in the Christmas Story.
I've never seen the Christmas Story.
Me either.
Oh God!
But that's no surprise for me.
Like I was like,
can we have a different example?
I had to like, I had to like hide it. I'm like, dude, you're crying too easily. Like I love a good cry, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, there are stigmas we got to still get over. Obviously in the country and stuff and in the world. But in crying, being a male and crying is one of them. Jackie's late husband Brian cried a lot, and she was like, I loved it. She's like, I loved it. I love a good emotional guy.
I just want to know what the f- you're thinking. That's all. Just tell me what's on your mind. You don't necessarily need to cry, but
Katie Smeagol, everybody.
On that note,
We appreciate it.
we're gonna wrap it up. We love you, Katie.
You're what, 40?
no,
How old are you? You're not 40 yet?
I'm not 40.
Younger than I am, Slater. Marjo.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
All right, 30. That's midlife. 39. You're 39? You're not 40. How could the f*** I'm going to be 45 next month,
Yeah,
dude.
because you're older than we are.
You are. You're
how-
just an old man.
That's how it works.
God.
I mean, you look older, so you should. Today's episode of. Today's episode of Slater and Marjo. No, what's the name of the podcast? Off Air with Slater and Marjo.
There you go.
Right.
Yep.